Hey everyone. Today I'll be doing a tutorial on how to get sound into Logic Pro X from your Roland Boutique synthesizer using only the USB cable that connects to the synthesizer. So, when I originally purchased this unit, the Roland JU06 that is, I asked the guy at the store, how do you get the sound from the synthesizer into your computer? And he told me I'd have to connect cables going from the sound output. There's a little headphone mini jack connector there into your audio interface in order to get the sound into your computer and actually record it. And I thought that was very weird because I bought it in 2016 and you'd figure you should be able to get the audio into your computer via the USB cable that connects it to the computer. So I did a little bit of Googling and I found out you actually can do that. So I got that working. I got the sound going into Logic from the Roland unit. But then I ran into another issue, which is I couldn't figure out how to get sound coming into Logic from the Roland Boutique module and also from my audio interface at the same time. So for example, if I had a synthesizer track and then I wanted to record vocals over top of it with a microphone, so the microphone going into the audio interface, I couldn't figure out how to have both of those things happening at the same time. But today I figured out how, and I thought I'd make a little tutorial video to show those of you who might also want to have your interface and your Roland module working at the same time, how to do that. So, I've got a new Logic Pro session here, and I'm going to create a track with one software instrument. Okay. So, if you... Sorry, I gotta step back a second. If you go to Audio MIDI Setup on your Mac, so to get to that, I have a little icon down here on my desktop, but if you don't have that icon on your desktop, you can get to it by going Go, Utilities, and Audio MIDI Setup. So, here we go. So what we have to do is we have to create what's called an aggregate device. So an aggregate device will take the sound sources from this interface and take the sound sources from the Roland, which in this case is also acting as an interface, and create one single aggregate interface that we can select in Logic Pro as our sound input source. So to create an aggregate interface, you come down here to the bottom left of Audio Devices in Audio MIDI Setup and click Create Aggregate Device. Okay. Alright. So, we have an aggregate device now. And over here on the right, we're going to select the audio interfaces that we want to have send sound to that aggregate device. So I'm going to select Focusrite Thunderbolt. That's my audio interface right here. And I'm going to select Boutique, which is the Roland Boutique synthesizer module right here. So now we have an aggregate device getting sound from both of those sources. And I think you can also rename it. If you double click on aggregate device, call it Thunderbolt, interface, and Roland Boutique. There we go. So that's our new aggregate device. So in our Logic session, we're going to specify which audio interface we're going to use. So come up to the top left, go Logic Pro X, Preferences, Audio, and I'm going to pick the aggregate device I just created, Thunderbolt interface and Roland Boutique. You pick that for both the input device and the output device. Hit apply changes. And there you go. Now you have your aggregate device selected. So, to send, there's kind of two things that need to happen next. You want to send your MIDI information to your Roland Boutique unit, and then you want the unit to send the audio information back into Logic. So, you want to come down here to Instrument on your instrument track. Go to Utility, pick External Instrument, and I'm going to create a stereo external instrument. And the MIDI destination is your Boutique. So your MIDI data from your keyboard or from your piano roll is going to be sent to Boutique, which is your Roland unit here. And then on input, so I know these first 14 channels are coming from my audio interface. But 15 and 16, I know those two channels are coming from the Roland Boutique unit here. So I pick 15 and 16. There we go, I've created my external instrument. There you go, so now I have my sound coming into Logic Pro X from my Roland Boutique unit here. Audio interface is working at the same time, and I can pick whatever presets I want on the actual hardware interface. So that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool setup. Next time I want to create a track that uses this Roland unit, all I have to do is pick my aggregate device from Preferences Audio, and then create the software instrument with an external instrument, and pick channels 15 and 16 as my input source. There you go. It's pretty nice. There's no messy wires or anything running from the Roland JU06 into the audio interface. Nice tidy setup there. Nice hardware and software arrangement. Works out pretty well. So yeah, hopefully that helps some of you who may have had that same question. I couldn't figure it out for the longest time. And yeah, if you have any questions or whatever, just throw them in the comments section. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching.